I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am to bring Grandma's purse to you. This tutorial and this kit has been my life for as long as I've been making it, and it's complete and I'm delighted with it. I've given it my all. It really is a fabulous kit. It looks like this from the side. It's got some pockets that we'll reveal in a minute, and it's got these little sentiments that just hang off to the side, not in the way of the actual purse itself, which is beautiful. It's got a magnetic closure that we can open. Are you ready for this now? I feel like a drum roll or something. And inside we have so many elements. I'm going to take you through each of them. They're absolutely lovely. I'm delighted. First of all, we have Grandma's chocolate bar. We've got a wrapper here, and inside we've got the actual chocolate bar with a belly band already wrapped around it. And we've got a writing space on the back. So that's the first piece. The second piece we have is Grandma's handkerchief. I really, really love this piece. And it's folded in a certain way so that it opens like this. And then on the reverse, you've got a writing space. So that's Grandma's handkerchief. Next up, you have a piece that I'm really excited about, and that is Grandma's notebook, which is a stitched notebook and a pen. And this is a working pen. All you need is a biro insert for this, a ballpoint pen, and it works. And I think that's absolutely delightful. As a little kit in its own right, that would work beautifully. So there we are, that's that one. And then in this rear pocket on this side, we have Grandma's lipstick. Look, and that's just a two-sided little whimsy, little curio. That works really, really well. And this one here is possibly my favourite piece in the kit. This is Grandma's mints. And here's the tin here. And when you open up the tin, there are the mints inside. And you can further open up and you've got writing space in there. That's Grandma's mints. In this side, we'll move on to Grandma's spectacle case. And of course, inside Grandma's spectacle case are Grandma's spectacles, and there's a writing space on the back. You can fussy cut that if you want to, but I rather liked it just as a large journaling card. So that's that piece. And then we have Grandma's purse or wallet, depending where you are in the world. That's got a little closure. I haven't put a tab on, I haven't put a magnet or anything on there. That stays closed quite nicely just as it is, so I've left that there. And inside Grandma's purse we have two little pockets, and it's got some little tickets, a little bit of whimsical ephemera there, and it's also got a card that opens in there. So that's Grandma's purse. Lovely little item again in its own right. And there's a little corsage. That's just a nod to dried flowers, pressed flowers in a book, alluding to maybe Grandma's wedding bouquet or something like that. Because I got quite sentimental while I was making Grandma's handbag, and I'll show that to you now. In here is an envelope that Grandma carries with her in her handbag. I hope I don't cry when I'm doing this. And inside the envelope is a card, and we don't really know who this is. It's not Grandad. It's somebody from Grandma's past who she obviously loved very much because she keeps it in her handbag, and there's a writing space inside. So there he is, the mystery soldier in Grandma's handbag. And finally, we've got a couple of little cards, a bingo card and a library card in this last little pocket. And that, with all its elements, is Grandma's handbag, Grandma's purse. So I hope you will come with me and make this thing. It's absolutely beautiful. You'll be very, very proud of it when you're done. So carry on watching and we'll see how I put it all together. So I'm going to begin with the actual main structure of Grandma's purse or handbag if you're in the UK, which is this sheet here, and then I've reverse printed this with this page here. There's a couple of sheets in there, so if you want to choose a different one, by all means go ahead. And then we've got the pockets and the added bingo card, and I've reverse printed that with the plain aged backing sheet, quite simply because of the bingo sheet there, otherwise I'd have left that blank. So I'll go ahead and I will cut these out, and we'll come back and we'll pop these pockets in Grandma's purse. Here we are, here are all the pieces cut out, and I've prepped some of them, and I'll tell you what I've done here. There is a base to Grandma's purse, and you can score along that line there and this line here, and then fold that up. And I've also inked in the edges. So that's the beginning of Grandma's purse. Doesn't it look absolutely fabulous? There we are. And then we've got 2 long pockets and 2 smaller pockets. The smaller pockets haven't got a gusset, so just score and fold the little tabs in, and also ink up your edges if you're an inker, which I am. And the long pockets need that bit snipping off. The long pockets have got gussets, so you need to score this line here and here. There is a faint white line, but because this is pale, you may struggle to see it. So it's where this angled edge joins this parallel edge here, and you want to score down there. And the same on those 3 sides, the same with this one. So when you've done that, I've got some banding on my printer I need to sort out, but not today. So when you've done that, you can simply use a bone folder if you want to. I like to use my thumbnail and just give those some nice sharp creases, folding them inwards. And then if you're going to ink, now's the time to do your inking, so fold all of that in. Now if you want to eyeball these pockets, by all means go ahead. You may like to bear in mind this pocket was designed to actually go down inside the other pocket a little bit, and that was to enable something like the height of this bingo card to actually fit inside the purse and not stick out over the top. If you want to pop your bingo card in here, pop that on and eyeball that, go ahead. If you want something a little bit more precise, your pocket needs to be 1 inch from this crease, this first crease, so you can make yourself a couple of marks 1 inch from that crease there, and then you know where you're going. And this pocket is just over, whoops, I just banged my camera then, didn't I? This pocket is just over 1.5 inches on each side, so you can just check you're in the middle. And then we can get a bit of glue on these little tabs here. So I'll turn that over, pop it in place. And there we are. There's my little pocket looking fabulous. And now I'll take my longer pocket. This needs to sit just slightly above the crease. Where am I going down here? It's just slightly above the crease. You can't see that on the video, I don't think. So for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to just draw that in. So hopefully you can see that now. Pop that on the line. So there we are, that's that glued. We'll give that a moment to go tacky. Our little bingo card can take its place in there, once it's been inked, of course. Grandma's got a bingo card. I wonder if she's a winner. I wonder if Grandma's a winner. Oh, I can't begin to tell you how long this kit has taken to put together, and I've been so careful about it. I've paid attention to every little detail and some of the little makes that are coming up once we've got this main construction complete. I'm absolutely thrilled to bits with. So we'll line this up with our bottom crease if I can see it, and press that in place. Bring this up, pop these little bits round. It's a little bit fiddly, this. You need to make sure that you're making a box form so that these sides are sitting at 90 degrees to what's flat on the table, and this section here, but you can do it. And then you can turn it round and get a tool in there just to press those pieces down and then you can have a bit of a check here at 90 degrees, alter things a little bit whilst you've got that wiggle room, and there you are. There you've got your pocket that's got the gusset in it, and we're going to repeat that on the other side. So there we are, there's the two sides stuck on, the two long pockets and the two little pockets, and it's looking like this from the side. It looks rather nice. So we can put this to one side now. There is a closure and there are optional handles to go on as well, but we'll deal with those at the end. So I'll pop that to one side for now and bring on the purse. Now this is what we call a purse in the UK, and a handbag for the other things. I appreciate that isn't what you call a handbag. You call a handbag the purse in the US, but I don't know what you call this little item, so all comments appreciated on that one. Right, let's get my scoring board. I've cut these pieces out. We've got a couple of little pockets here to go inside the purse, and we've got some other little bits. We've got a closure here, and then we've got some other little bits and pieces that Grandma keeps in her purse. We'll put those to one side for a moment. I've reverse printed this sheet again with the pale background because of these ephemera pieces, otherwise I'd have gone for a pattern. And incidentally, I haven't talked about paperweights, have I? I'm going for the heaviest paperweight that I can get through my printer for this one, which is 300 gram. Go 250. If you want to go lighter, but you may like to think about gluing two pieces back to back, because this is quite a large thing and it wants to be quite sturdy. This one I've gone, I think, 250 gram on. I could have easily have gone 200 on that and that would have been okay. And the smaller things I may even go lighter, but if you've made things before, you will know what paperweights you want to use. So I'm just scoring now the gusset of this, what we call in the UK purse. This is the one that would contain Grandma's money, and we'll score that. So we've got the gusset, and then I've got these little pockets here that I'm going to put inside Grandma's purse. Left. Lovely. The purse has got pockets. So now we can pop this gorgeous little card, and obviously for you this is a writing space if you're actually doing journaling, and then we've got these other little cards that will pop in to Grandma's purse just nicely. I haven't put any coins in. I did think about actually making some coins and cutting coins out as well, but I didn't in the end. And if you've got other little bits and pieces, there's room for more in there. So there we are. Now this is the closure, and we are simply going to ink this up. Fold it in half, glue half on the back, decide whichever your back is going to be. I've got some banding issues on my printer, so mine's quite apparent. And then we're going to stick this in place over the back. And you've got options here. If you want to use Velcro, go ahead and do that. This is just a glue fest now. Look at the amount of glue that went on there. Pop that in place, let that dry, and then you can do your closure. I'm going to come back to mine at the end, I think. So here's the contents of the next page I'm going to be working on, and this is Grandma's chocolate bar, Grandma's lipstick, and her library card. I've cut them out. I've left that little bit white there, as you can see. Let's pop Grandma's chocolate bar together first of all, because that's nice and straightforward, and that's a simple little wallet. I'm going to score down this line here that I can see, and down these little tabs at the side here. Fold the tabs in, pop some glue on the tabs, do my usual letting the glue go tacky for a minute so that I'm not pressing things down forever. and I'll leave that alone for a minute or so for that to go tacky. The library card, I've just rounded the opposite corners off because I think that gives it a nice little look, but you don't have to do that. Now the lipstick is in two parts. We've got some scoring to do on the lid of the lipstick, which goes down that little tab and straight down the centre of those two pieces. And pop a little bit of glue on that tab. Fold those two pieces in half. Hope that just wiggle them about a little bit until you get those nice and accurate on top of one another. You do have a little bit of wiggle room in your folds, as you'll know, in your creases, as you'll know. So go by eye rather than the crease you've made, just in case you're ever so slightly off. Let that go tacky. Come back to Grandma's chocolate bar, and I'm going to fold this piece over the top and make a very simple wallet type affair there. And stick that down and ink up my edges. Not that there's much of a need here because it's all very dark, but just to lose those any little white bits that I've got going on down the side here. There we go. That's Grandma's chocolate bar wrapper and Grandma's chocolate bar. I've backed this with the plain sheet as well, so that you've got writing space there, and the chocolate bar just quite simply fits in there. I did think that I might, that's quite a loose fit in there. I did think that I might hole punch that to give me a little thumb hole. So I think I'll go ahead and do that. Now that if I can get both pieces through there, yes I can. Centralise that, which isn't too difficult. Then make my cut. And there we are. There's Grandma's chocolate bar. That can go in her bag. Put that in there. And I've also got the library card now. That can go in the other pocket. Oh, can you see that, what I'm doing? There we are. Pop that to one side. Now I've got my lipstick lid. I can glue that together. Oh, I haven't put any glue on the top. I meant to do that. Just a tiny little bit of glue. It is the top, isn't it? Yeah. Tiny little bit of glue along the top. Just a very thin seam. And stick all that down. Now this piece here is going to glue together. So I've got a nice sturdy solid piece back to back. So I need to fold these two pieces in half. And the reason I've cut out the edges, the outside edges, I didn't want to go in here with a pair of scissors. It's quite fiddly. So I'm going to cut both pieces out together once it's stuck together, or rather once it's folded in half. So I'll make sure I'm as accurate as I can be with that. Fold this piece in half. Make sure these pieces that I've cut out are nicely lined up. Do you see how I've gone off there? Isn't that annoying? But I can just make my amendments there. It's important that these two pieces line up. So I need to fiddle with that now. That will do, I think. Right, okay, so I'm going to glue all of this together now. No, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll cut it out first. Save me having to cut through glue. So now it'll be easier for me to just cut those two pieces out. Just check. Yeah, that's worked beautifully. Hold them in place so this top bit doesn't wiggle about, so I don't get a... make sure the cut isn't off on the other side. Well, that's lovely. I can glue that together now. If you want to, I guess you could leave that open as a secret writing space. I'm not going to do that because I fancy just having a nice, really rigid piece. This again is printed on 250 gram. I could have gone 200 with this one. I'm not a fan of 160. I find that a little bit too flimsy. So this, because it's 250, this will actually be 500 gram when it's got its two sides together, which is amazing. It's going to be a really nice sturdy thing, and when that glue's dried, that's going to add to the rigidity of it as well. So really happy with that lipstick, and obviously you need to ink on both sides just to get rid of any slight discrepancy you might have, and that is as cool as mustard. Love it. Now we can slide this into its holder, and that works beautifully. Look at that. Grandma has got lipstick. Wonderful. Pop it in, and then that can go in Grandma's purse. Unless we put that in a little rear pocket, I suppose. That's lovely. That would actually make a nice little secret writing space, wouldn't it? As it is, it's just a funny little addition, a little curio to go in there. Love it. Love what's happening here. Brilliant. Let's move on to the next page. So the next page I'm going to be working on is the page with the tin of mints and the flower, and also this photograph here. And I'm also printing out this page because this is the envelope for this. And I've reverse printed this sheet. This is 250. Oh, it's cut. Oh, I've already cut it. I've reverse printed this sheet with this roses pattern because I just wanted a bit of a change. And I've also reverse printed this page with the roses pattern because I wanted something nice on the inside of this envelope. There we are, all cut out and prepped out. All cut out and prepped up. I've got my tin of mints. I've got my little bouquet corsage, and I've got this. Now I don't know who he is. I kind of feel that he's not Grandad. I feel that Grandma keeps him in her purse. He's a very special person, maybe a lost love. I really don't know, but he's there. It's very emotive, this bit. For me, when I was making it and thinking, what shall I put in Grandma's purse? What would she have in her purse? And I figured she may not have a picture of Grandad in her purse. Grandad's probably sitting at home by the fire, driving her mad in the vegetable garden maybe. She's been with him for how long now? Years. But this guy here, he was somebody from long ago. The envelope here needs a score all the way around the front. And then that's simply going to this front is simply going to fold round to the back. I haven't trialed this before I've printed it all out. This is a prototype live. But I'm pretty sure it's all going to work and fit together. There we are. So we haven't got much to glue here. I think we'll just pop a bit of glue there and a bit over here, and maybe just down this very edge here. And we'll call that done. That's going to need to get stuck down for now. Now this piece here, I had it in mind to glue that together so that it was one sturdy panel, because it's the photograph with the backing of the photograph on the back. And I think this is Dutch. I'm not sure. It could be French. No, I think it's Dutch actually. Who is this mystery man? Nobody knows, and Grandma won't tell us, so it's not Grandad. Oh, shut up, Emma. But I'm going to leave this open, and that can be a little card. Love that. And let's move on with this mint tin. Now I'm so thrilled with this mint tin. This took me so long to put together, so let's just take a moment to appreciate the mint tin. And these two pieces are going to fold up like this. And this piece is going to fold down like this. And this piece is going to go down to be the top of our mint tin, so that when we open up, we have mints in a tin. And then we have this open up there to form a writing space. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm not going to stick this on the outside. That's a fool's game. I'm going to stick it on the inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop some glue on this side, on the outside of this flap. And I'm going to let that go a little bit tacky. Just a little bit tacky. and then I'm going to pop this down in place. This should work just like this actually, because they're the same shape. If I line those up, it stands to reason that when I close this up, it's going to fit. But we can just do that, close it up, pop this piece down on top and make any final adjustments that we need to make, and then give it a good old ink just to get rid of any unsightly white bits. And the same on the other side. I'm slightly off there with my folding or my cutting, but you will be, you know, it's not an exact science. It is when I'm generating the original artwork, but then there's human beings and scissors, and me and scissors. So there we are. I'm going to undo this for now because I don't want to glue the thing together while this glue is drying, and I'm just going to leave that there. That is fabulous. That really, really works. Look at that. Tin of mints. I mean, that's lovely just in its own right, but we're putting it in a handbag full of other beautiful, beautiful things. This is coming together really, really well. This little corsage, I'm not doing anything with this. I'm not going to ink the edges. We've just got a writing space here, and they can go together in Grandma's handbag or Grandma's purse. I hope I haven't glued the envelope to itself, and then I can pop Grandma's lost love into its envelope, seal it up, and there it is. That's made me really sad. Gosh. She keeps it in her purse because it means such a lot to her. And we'll leave the tin out just because that's still drying, and we'll move on to the next page. And the next page up is Grandma's spectacles and Grandma's spectacle case. So I'll go ahead and I will cut those out. We've got the other here are Grandma's spectacles. I've printed this out, I think, on 200. I wanted to go 250 for this, but there we are. I've done it on 200, I think. I think. At this point, I'm lost. Now this, if you want to fussy cut this, you can do. I nearly provided this as a fussy cut, but I thought, no, I'll stick it on a backing so that if you want to go with it like that, which is what I'm choosing to do, then you can. And I've reverse printed that with the aged paper backing, just the plain, so you've got writing space there. Now this one really doesn't need much of an explanation at this point, I don't think, but we'll do it anyway. I'm going to crease down the middle and fold, and as usual paying more attention to joining our edges, making sure our edges are nicely lined up. Pay more attention to that than the crease mark you've just made, because it might need to adjust it just slightly. And then these flaps are going to fold onto the inside. Pop some glue on and let that go tacky. And of course, you will have all sorts of bits of ephemera of your own, I'm sure, in your stash already cut out and used. All sorts of little vintage bits and pieces will work in this. Fussy cut flowers, and you could make some clusters to go in here as well. A few more cards. You can get quite a lot in Grandma's handbag. Look, there's still plenty of room in there to put more stuff. We've still got a few more pages to go, I think. What have we got to go? Yes, we have. Yes, we have. I remember. It's very exciting. There we go. Let's pop Grandma's glasses case together. Oh my goodness, I can't begin to tell you how much. Have I already said this? But this is really exciting for me. I've been making this for days, generating the originals for this and tweaking and fitting, and they're not quite in line, but never mind, we'll go with it. The colours are very sympathetic to one another. Nobody will know. It's grand. I could trim down if I wanted to get those edges nice and neat, but I'm happy with that. And then Grandma's glasses pop into her glasses case. And there is another addition for Grandma's handbag complete. Let's pop that. We're getting quite a lot in this one now, aren't we? Oh my goodness, this is so good. So good. So happy this has finally come together. And let's move on to the next page. Now I'm really excited by this page. I printed this one out on 160, I think, no, 200. but like a twit, because I was so excited, I haven't reverse printed it, and I meant to. But my nan always used to boil wash her whites, so she would be very happy that that was completely white. So we're all right, we're all right. I'm going to leave the handkerchief to one side for now and work on this pen. Now, if you want to, you can just fold this pen in half, glue it together, and then cut out around it, or leave it as it is, or use it as a little writing space like that. But what I'm going to do is actually make a working pen. So I've butchered a perfectly good pen, and it was a nice pen as well. I couldn't find a really rubbishy one, but I decided it was worth it. And before I start, I'm going to just trim this down so that I've got the very tip of this ink pen. Oh, actually, might just lose a little bit of that. Yeah, let's lose a little bit of that. And I'm going to pop this pen refill, my butchered pen, in here like that. And I'm going to glue that together, so I'm going to have an actual working pen. But I'm going to start off with lots of glue. Where's my big glue? Let's use my big glue for this, I think. And I'm doing this one first because I want this to go tacky and preferably dry before I go fiddling about with it any further. So I'm popping lots of glue on here because I'm asking it to secure this pen refill. Pop that in, bulldog the thing together to allow it to dry. Just check I've got lots of glue. Yes, I have. That's in the right place-ish. Yeah, that'll do. I think I'm happy with that. Happy. I think I'm happy with that. I'm delighted with it. Absolutely delighted. I've been so looking forward. When I was thinking, what else does Grandma have in her purse? A pen. Of course she's got a pen. And then I thought, well, the pen would work. Of course it would work. Grandma wouldn't have a non-working pen in her purse. And so this idea came into being. Can you see that? I want to make sure that I'm gluing as tight as possible into that pen. That should work. Yes, yes. Let's let that dry. And have a look at Grandma's handkerchief, which is beautiful. I'm going to fold this in half. I did originally intend to fold it so that it was triangular, but I don't think I will. I think that'll make it a bit too small. And I intended, there are actually some little fold marks in here, so let's honour those, I think, to a large extent. And I'm going to open it out again to do the other one. And you're not going to get this exact because these things aren't symmetrical. These won't line up, and that's fine. Tickles me that I didn't reverse print it, and then to think that, well, Nan would boil wash her handkerchiefs anyway. Right, that's good. That's good. That works. Now I think what I'm going to do here is just have a bit of an alternative fold. I'm not going to fold that like that, but you can do it if you want to. I'm going to fiddle about and make these tuck inwards. So I'm getting this line here and this line here to join, which is going to make my handkerchief into a diamond shape. And I'll do the same on the other side. Pay attention, if you're going to do it this way, to this little crease at the top here. That's the important one. And once you've got that, the rest will naturally fold into place, and then you can just bring these two sides to meet each other, these two edges to meet each other. So that's a nice little way of folding Grandma's handkerchief. And when you open it, you'll open it like that. That works really, really nicely. And that can go in Grandma's purse. Let's pop that at the back, I think. That's quite tall, isn't it? So that can pop there at the back. It looks fabulous. Fabulous, so pleased, so pleased. I don't think this is dry enough at the moment to, is it? I've got to go in and have a fiddle, of course I have. I'm not going to cut it at the moment. I wouldn't trust that, but it'd be a good time to go in and just make sure that we're gluing all the way around, because these bulldog clips are obviously just putting pressure on where they're putting pressure on. They're not taking into account all of this thing. So let's take. So the next page I'm working on is Grandma's notebook, and all these pieces come on the one sheet. I've reverse printed this with the plain paper backing. Don't judge me, only Grandma can judge me. But it messed up for me, so I ran it through twice. So I've got a bit of a darker page going on with mine. You won't have with yours, and I've also got a lighter bit there, but I'm running with it. That's fine, that's fine. If you want to print out more pages, by all means do so. I've done this on 160. 120 would be better for the pages, really, really. And then you're going to need to print out another one to make a thicker cover. But I'm going with this. And some of the pages have got flowers on. Some of the pages, obviously on the other side, haven't got flowers on. So put your pieces together and then fold. I've also corner rounded mine. And then fold, because they sit nicer together if you do it like that, rather than doing them one at a time. Right, you could go, if you've got one handy, which I haven't, you could go into the centre of a book to make your holes. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do mine on a healing cutting mat. And then obviously you've got your cover as well. Let's pop these. No, I'll do the cover separately, I think, just to make sure I've got it folded in half, and then pop these all together. And these pages are slightly smaller than your cover, because I have left no stone unturned and I have thought of absolutely everything. And I'm going to round off the corners. Should I round off the corners, the front corners of Grandma's notebook? No, I don't think I will. I think I'll leave like that, like that. Now I need a pokey tool, which I have here, and I need my self-healing cutting mat, or open book is better. And I'm just going to make a couple of holes in here, if I can see that centre. Oh heck, I've just broken the end of my pokey tool. Look at that. Is that supposed to come off? I don't know, I don't think so. So I'm going to go equidistant top and bottom, hopefully go through all of those pages, and then I'm going to just eyeball that and make a couple more holes. If you want to staple, you can staple, but Grandma will judge you. I haven't even hole punched my cover. Look at that. Me saying I've thought of everything and then go making a noob move like that. That's karma. I'll go through all of those holes again then. And start again. Go. So we're going through the bottom hole. Keep these pieces. If you want to not be a complete noob about it, you can bulldog those to keep them secure. They're not going to go slipping about. So there we are. Leave a bit of a tail. Back up through. Where are you? That's tricky to find. Don't lose your tail. Down through there. Back up through the last hole. And then I'm going to repeat this. Come in, back down again. Back through this hole if I can find it. Probably need to make another appointment with an optician and get my glasses checked. And then I'm going to tie these two pieces together here. So cut that off. Tie that tight. not pull that tight, and then I can trim off this excess. And there we are. I've done it properly. I've stitched it and not stapled it, and there can be no repercussions from Grandma. And now he was a stickler for doing everything correctly, by the way, and not cutting corners. And there's Grandma's notebook, and I think we're ready now to take that's beautifully dry. I'm going to start by giving it a good border, I think. I can always take some off because this is kind of a live experiment, really. I put plenty of glue on there, so I'm not worried that that's going to fall apart on me. I think I'll leave this quite, don't know, you know, I'm going in a bit tighter, it looks like, on this edge, and I'm quite liking it. I don't want it to be too thin though and insubstantial, and I'm not going to go too close to that nib. I need some glue either side of that, so I think I'll just go in a little bit more here to match it up with the other side, and I'm going to call that done. Oh my goodness, look at this though. Look, 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 look. There, I'm going to leave that there. Quick while you're ahead. Shall I ink? Yes, I shall. There. Grandma's handbag has now got, let's put this needle safe, has now got a notebook and a working pen. Look at this. Oh, it's a nice pen as well. I butchered a lovely pen, but I think it was worth it. There we are, Grandma's notebook and Grandma's working pen to go in Grandma's handbag. Grandma's handbag's getting quite full now. I'm not sure if we're finished yet. We might be finished. We might be finished. So I am finished, but before I go ahead and do the finishing touches, the closure here and the straps, I just wanted to draw your attention to this page. When I started the video, this page didn't have everything I needed on it, so I've been back and I've amended that. So just to let you know, in case you're a bit confused about, well, that page didn't look like this page, this is the page that you'll get in the kit with this envelope, another strap, a couple of little additions of tags, and a little purse plate, I'm going to call it, and the closure. So I'll go ahead and cut those out and we'll put the finishing touches to it. So there we are. These are the pieces that I've needed to cut out. I've put some eyelets through here and put them on a bulb pin, these two little sentiments. I've also folded these two pieces in half and glued them together and let that glue dry completely, because when I fold that, I don't want any gaping appearing. So they can bend now because they're fully dry. I've got my little closure cut out here. I've also got this pretty little brad that I'm going to use, and I've got a pair of magnets. Now these are self-adhesive magnets. They're absolutely fantastic. The adhesive is really strong, and if you go down this route, you need to make sure that you buy both north and south magnets and bulb pins, and I've got a little bit of washi tape here. So let's begin with, should we go for the closure first? Let's go for the closure first. The closure I'm simply going to, oh, I've reverse printed this sheet as well, by the way. The closure I'm going to fold in half, and because I'm going to pop this brad in the centre to make a little button there, I'm going to go in and make a hole, pop that on now with my whole bit, get that central, make me hole, pop my brad in. Now the reason I've got this washi tape is because I'm going to, oh look at that, so beautiful, so beautiful. The reason I've got that washi tape is that I'm going to put a strip of washi tape down the centre here. I'm going to call that a design choice because I want to cover up that brad. So I'm going to run my washi tape. Oh, I don't need to go all the way up, do I? I don't want to, in actual fact, because I don't want to be gluing on top of that washi tape. So I only need to go halfway and hope that my magnet is going to like sticking on here. Didn't think about that, did you, Parish? So I'm just covering up my brad. Getting those wrinkles out as far as possible. You can trim down your brad ends as well with scissors. Don't tell me, Mum, that I'm using fabric scissors. There we are. And then that glues down on there, so I can pop some glue on this side now. And I'm going to let this go tacky before I stick it on, just to save any faffing about. So I'll put that to one side for now, and we'll have a look at these handles. Now, with the handles, with the folded side of the handles facing towards you, you want to fold it round into an arch shape. Don't crease it. And I'm also going to put mine on with eyelets. Now I'm suspecting, I haven't done this before, I'm testing live. I'm suspecting that my handle is going to sort of want to go a bit more like that. If you glue those on, you're going to get more of this sort of effect. So up to you. And you can watch me do this. And if you decide that this isn't what you want to do, then do it the other way. So I'm going to make holes in my handles. And I'm going to make holes in the corresponding where I want it to be. On here, so I'll just I'll go with this area here if I can. Let's get everything out of Grandma's purse that's going to get in the way. I don't want to be making accidental holes. And then I'm going to put a hole. Come on. Right in the middle of where those buckles sit. And I think I'll use some rose gold eyelets for this. I've used gold there though. Shall I keep it gold? Oh, I've got rose gold going on with this. It doesn't matter, does it? So I'm going to pop that eyelet on. Now it's up to you whether you want to have your handles like that or like that. And I'm going like this. So I pop my first one on. And then just bring this round, pop my other eyelet in. Bit fiddly, keeping it all together. Make sure I've got this the right way up. And give that a squeeze, and there we are. My handle is on, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. Looking fabulous. Oh, we've got this, haven't we? Decide which side I want to be the front. I've got some banding issues on my printer at the moment. This one is less severe. So now I can pop this section in between my handles. Bring my fold up to the middle. Bring this over, check that I have got it lined up in the centre, and glue it down. Look how good that looks. Amazing, amazing. I probably don't need an actual closure on there. That will probably keep itself together quite nicely, but I'm going to magnet. Now I don't mind these magnets showing. They're little discs of silver. I'm absolutely fine with that. If you want to cover yours, you can think of something pretty to do that. And I'm going to pop that. Yeah, I'm going to pop it here. Now I'm risking this a little bit because I've got my brad, haven't I? I wonder if I'd be better magnetising. I'd be better putting my magnet just above this brad so it's got somewhere proper to sit. Love, love, love these magnets. They're ever so thin as well. They're just gorgeous. So I'm going to pop that in the centre. Hope that it doesn't mind sitting on that rose gold washi tape. And then bring the whole thing up together, close it. Always take a deep breath here. I'm going to pop everything in Grandma's purse, just in case there's a slight, that changes my positioning slightly, because it's a one-shot deal this with this closure. So take off my little bit of adhesive protective barrier thing there and press it down, and that's it. Oh my goodness, nervous moment to see if this adhesive is stuck. The adhesive does not like the washi tape. Isn't that annoying? Isn't that annoying? Right, let's see if we can part these magnets and have that in the right place. And what I'm going to do there is pop another piece of washi tape over the top. If that was going on paper, it would have stuck like mad. They're really, really good magnets. So I'll pop another piece of washi tape down over the top to keep my magnet in place. And that'll be fine. I could have done that in the first place, couldn't I? Which I would have done had I not been using adhesive magnets. I could cover the other bit of magnet with the gold, couldn't I? The rose gold. I don't mind that. And there we are. That's a mess. I'll trim that down. And there's our closure and Grandma's handbag. Fabulous. And the last thing I want to do is pop these somewhere. I might stick another brad on, actually, so that these can dangle down off to the side here, because I was going to put them in here originally, but they're too in the middle for me. I'm going to put this off to one side. So yeah, I'll put one more brad in on this side here. Not brad, the other things, you know what I mean. Eyelet. And I need that to be kind of like at the edge so the bulb pin can go through it, and I'll use the right sized hole maker as well. And I'll pop another little one of these in because I love them. I can't get enough of these things. Really, really love them. Let's pop my bulb pin in the right way around. Should be good. Let's take these off, I think. And pop them back on that way. Of course, you can use little bits of ribbon and stuff as well. That hasn't fastened. And there we are. There's my bulb pin. And there's my fastener. And I do believe we are done. And so there we are. Grandma's purse is finished. It's got its closure, it's got its little sentiments on the side here, and this is a mess inside. Grandma really needs to have a word with herself and sort her purse out, but I'm going to put all that together now, and absolutely love looking at this thing. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you get amongst this kit. There are more coming. At the time of making this video, I've just completed the caravan, which is really, really super cute, and I can't wait to get making that and to show you. And I will see you soon. Bye for now.